Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're tackling a question I get all the time. How can I save for my huge goals, like a house a dream trip or starting a business, without feeling like I have to give up everything fun in my life? It's a classic dilemma, right? You want to be responsible and build your future, but you also want to live your life now. The good news is, you don't have to choose. It's not about sacrifice, it's about strategy. So, if you're ready to learn how to have your cake and eat it too, financially speaking, stick around. First things first, let's bust a myth. The idea that saving money means locking yourself in a room and eating instant noodles for a year is totally outdated. A restrictive budget is just like a crash diet. It's unsustainable and often leads to a rebound where you spend even more. The key to long-term financial success is balance. You need a plan that you can actually stick with, one that includes room for joy, spontaneity, and yes, even that overpriced coffee you love. So, let's reframe our thinking. Instead of cutting back, let's think about spending smarter. The first step is to get crystal clear on your big goal. Don't just say, I want to buy a house. Get specific. Where is the house? How much does it cost? What's your target down payment? Let's say you need to save $20,000. Now, break it down. If you want to achieve this in 3 years, that's about $555 a month. See, suddenly this huge, intimidating number becomes a concrete, manageable monthly target. This clarity is your North Star. It gives your saving a purpose and makes it feel less like a punishment and more like an exciting project. Now, let's talk about the fun part. The biggest mistake people make is not budgeting for it. That's right. You need to have a fun fund. This is a designated amount of money you set aside each month specifically for guilt-free spending. This could be for dinners out, concerts, weekend trips, hobbies, whatever brings you joy. By giving yourself permission to spend this money, you eliminate the guilt and the feeling of deprivation. You know that as long as you're within your fun limit, you're still perfectly on track for your big goal. This simple trick is a psychological game changer. So, how do we fund both our big goal and our fun fund? This is where conscious spending comes in. It's time to become a financial detective and track your expenses for a month. Use an app, a spreadsheet, or just a notebook. Don't judge, just record. At the end of the month, you'll be amazed at where your money is actually going. You'll likely find spending leaks, those little mindless purchases that add up. That daily $10 lunch, the multiple streaming subscriptions you barely use, the impulse buys online. These aren't bringing you significant joy, but they're draining your resources. This is your opportunity. This is not about cutting out the things you love. It's about cutting out the things you don't even notice you're spending money on. For example, maybe you realize you're spending $200 a month on lunches at work. Could you bring lunch from home 3 days a week and still enjoy going out with coworkers twice? Boom, you just saved over $100 without feeling deprived. Maybe you have 5 streaming services, but only really watch 2. Cancel the other 3. That's another $30 to $40 a month right back in your pocket. This is about aligning your spending with your values. Now let's get proactive. One of the most powerful tools in your arsenal is automation. Set up automatic transfers from your checking account right after you get paid. One transfer goes directly to your high-yield savings account for your big goal. Another transfer goes to a separate account for your fun fund. This is the pay yourself first method, and it works because it removes willpower from the equation. The money for your goals is saved before you even have a chance to spend it. What's left in your checking account is for your fixed bills and daily necessities. It simplifies everything. Let's make saving even more fun. Gamify it. There are tons of saving challenges you can try. The 52-week challenge, where you save $1 the first week, $2 the second, and so on, is a classic. Or create your own. Every time you skip a coffee run, transfer that $5 into your savings. Or try a no-spend weekend once a month and see how creative you can get with free activities like hiking, visiting a library, or having a board game night with friends. These little games make saving feel less like a chore and more like a personal victory. Another powerful strategy is to increase your income, not just decrease your expenses. We often get so focused on cutting back that we forget the other side of the coin. Can you pick up a few freelance projects in your field? Could you turn a hobby, like photography or baking, into a small side hustle? Even an extra $200 a month can dramatically accelerate your progress towards your big goal. And you can allocate a portion of it directly to your fun fund, giving you even more freedom. Think of it as a direct investment in your future and your present happiness. And remember to celebrate your milestones along the way. Did you hit your first $1,000 saved? Treat yourself to something small from your fun fund. Did you successfully stick to your budget for 3 straight months? Acknowledge that achievement. Saving for a big, long-term goal is a marathon, not a sprint. These small celebrations keep your motivation high and remind you that you're making real, tangible progress. It reinforces the positive habits you're building. So, to recap, get specific with your goal. Create a dedicated guilt-free fun fund, track your spending to find and cut mindless costs, automate your savings, gamify the process to keep it interesting, and look for ways to increase your income. By combining these strategies, you create a balanced and sustainable financial plan. You'll be amazed at how quickly you can make progress on your biggest dreams, all while enjoying the journey and living a life you love today. It's not about restriction, it's about intention. Thank you so much for watching. I hope these tips help you find that perfect balance. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more content, and hit that notification bell. I'd love to hear about your big goals in the comments below. What are you saving for? Let's inspire each other. See you in the next video.